we be, oh my God, this is not the culture of SWI, by the way, but please can you enable me
I
share
don't
my
I don't
screen?
need to clap for Chat GPT.
That's fine. That's fine. Can you help me share my screen, please? If you don't appreciate technology, I don't know where you're going to. Isaac, I think who is the host? Can you allow me share my screen? Okay, while I'm waiting for permission to share my screen, good morning, everyone. My name is Thomas, and I'm going to be introducing Success Within International to you. And the first interesting fact that I'd like to mention
Oh my God.
is the first interesting fact I'd like to mention is that who can guess? It's something very interesting about SWI. Who can guess? Anybody? Let me give you an opportunity to guess. Anybody, please. Anybody. Ah, come on now, you guys. Okay.
We're a faith-based organization.
We're a faith-based organization. Okay. Any other thing anybody wants to give it a shot? I think the interesting is that I cut my hair. But no, that's by the way. Your founder is here. Ah, yes, yes, yes. Our founder and team lead is here. Okay, Success Within International, drum rolls. We are going to be 12 years old this month. Woo! Yes, so July is a very special month in SWI because we are going to be 12 years this month. And it's been a wonderful and a very exciting journey. And it's such a joy and privilege to be the one sharing about Success Within International. This month, it's going to be 12 years, guys. 12 years of adding value, 12 years of helping people, 12 years of doing purposeful things. And that is beautiful. You know, a brief history of SWI. SWI started at Covenant University, and it was just a handful of us at the time. And we used to meet frequently in the mornings, like 6 a.m., sometimes 7 a.m., to pray, to meet, to plan, to prepare in one small office back then. And I really wish I prepared more for this. I will have shared some pictures of like some old pictures of SWI schools back then, and it's really memorable, and it just, I don't know, gives me goosebumps, if that's what they call it. Yes. So who are we? SWI is a faith-based organization with the principal aim of igniting success power within people with emphasis on the youth. Remember, we're just about, I won't say teenagers. A couple of us were actually teenagers when Success Within International started, about 19-ish. So I mean, let's say early 20s and 19. So you can imagine what has sparked the vision right from day one. And I just want to say thank you to, I'll take this opportunity. Interestingly, our team lead's birthday was also this month. So can we say happy birthday, Gabi? I think it's a very wonderful opportunity. So let's all unmute our mics, please, and just echo happy birthday, Gabi, and happy birthday, SWI.
Happy birthday, Olga B.
Happy
Happy
birthday,
birthday, SWI.
happy
Yes,
birthday,
yes, yes.
Success International.
Thank you so much. Thank you. So, this is an opportunity to recognize our team lead and say thank you very much for obeying God for this vision. Thank you for bringing us on board, and thank you for your leadership. I'm sure that everyone can acknowledge what an amazing, amazing leader Ogabi is. And I just want to say thank you so much, Ogabi. It's been a wonderful time having you as a leader and seeing you raise us as leaders also. So thank you very much. Okay, so what else about Success Within International? Our vision is to raise people of outstanding success for global relevance. And you will acknowledge that the things we do here are geared towards this. And this breakfast meeting is one of such expressions of this vision. We desire to raise people of outstanding success for global relevance. And that's why every month we intend to touch or to emphasize or to pay attention to one area of your life or the other, that if you pay attention to it. Okay, I'm sharing. Wasn't that sharing my screen? Okay. that if you pay attention to it, you will definitely have a wonderful year ahead of you, and you will see yourself growing into this person of global relevance. And remember, the world is a global village, guys. Whatever you do in Nigeria can be broadcasted in, where's that country that Isaac said is has the highest life expectancy? I think it's Monaco. Yes, your work can be broadcasted in Monaco all the way, even without you being there. And that's the quality of people and the quality of work we aspire to see people generate. So I'll talk to our core values. We know that there's someone, a management consultant once said that culture eats strategy for breakfast. And that means no matter how much you strategize, no matter how much you cast a very compelling vision, if your people are not driven by a culture, all that strategy will go to waste. And culture is really driven by core values. Culture in our society, okay, maybe not Nigeria, but culture in our society or in every traditional setting, basically, you will find pillars of that culture in core values. So we have core values in SWI, and you can guess one of them. I mean, I just shared that when we started, we used to have morning meetings, praying and preparing, and that lays an emphasis on putting God first. And most of us here is what we do. When we wake up in the morning, the first thing you probably mutter is, "Thank you, Jesus." It's just a reflex. It's a reflex thing to do and say, acknowledge God at the beginning of your day, and right before going to bed, you say, "Thank you, Jesus," because you acknowledge God again, because you're able to go through that day because of Him. So our core value is spirituality, and our next core value is, okay, it's already on the screen. Okay, synergy. I mean, you know what these words mean. Synergy refers to teamwork. You've seen different people lead different sessions of this event today. And that's because we work as a team and we ensure that the work is not spread on one person, so we can achieve maximum results. You know what they say about team? Together, everyone achieves more. So we look forward to achieving more. Passion, you can tell that we are very passionate about what we do. And we do it with such excitement. For instance, winning a game session, we do it passionately also. You know, we put passion in everything we do. Exemplary leadership, I'm a games master, and it's only right that I win. That's a way of showing you that I'm exemplary and how it's translating in my life, right? So, I mean, that's what we do. We make sure we take charge, and everywhere we don't just talk the talk, we walk the talk. I'm going to milk this thing forever. Isaac, thank you very much. Excellence. We ensure that we prioritize excellence. We go for the best, and we want the best of results. And a journey of 12 years, we have been able to refine our processes. And guess what? Our team lead always shares something about excellence. It says good, better, best. When you get to your best, turn it back to your good and go around that circle again, so you can have a continuous improvement loop. And that's what we aim to do. We've been able to refine our processes up until now. But guess what? We are not stopping here. This is only just the beginning. We've recognized areas of improvement and areas where we can actually even make that what we think is best. We can make it a good thing and then take it to the next level. And we look forward to doing that. And that's what we always do. So excellence is a priority for us. For instance, winning a game session, that's done excellently well. Discipline. Discipline is the soul of an army, you have heard. We ensure we are disciplined about what we do. And why we say we ensure we are this thing is because we want to translate it to your life. We want to see it in your own life also. So exemplary leadership, we aim to be disciplined. We aim to keep to time. We aim to do what we say we will do at the time we say we will do it. And that's one of the ways to enforce discipline. And diligence. Trust me, guys, we work hard. Everyone in Success Within International has a very, very busy schedule, has a buzzing career, but yet we recognize the passion and the desire to see people grow, and we also put in work to make this happen. So I'm just going to run through our mission. Our mission is to help nurture youth for creativity and excellence. We aim to teach youth God's way of success. We're telling you, you can do it, and you can do it God's way. We help you discover talent and purpose. We raise an army of people who will take over the world, the economy positively. We need a lot of that in Nigeria. Someone say amen. Amen. So we want you to be one of those people, all of us here, to take over the economy positively and see some positive transformation in our economy, not just in Nigeria, but actually on a global scale, and to help ignite potential of the youth. So thank you so much. Success with International is here for you. The community is here for you to share, for you to inspire others, and for you to also engage with people of like minds. Remember, guys, they say a journey of 1,000 steps starts, a 1,000 miles starts with a step. We started with a simple step in university, we've not gone out. We started right there. And for most of us, this is almost how many years now? Let's say 9 years out of university, and the vision is still going strong. That speaks volumes to exemplary leadership. That speaks volumes to diligence. That speaks volumes to discipline. It speaks volumes to excellence. And it also speaks volumes to passion about what we do. So we thank you for being on this journey. I think this is an opportunity for me to also say this. Thank you for being on this journey with us all the while. For some of you that have been here for 2 years, 3 years, some just joined this year, like the baby of the house. And we really thank you for joining us on this journey. And we look forward to being your support system as you go on to become a person of global relevance, of outstanding success. So thank you very much for getting to know SWI more today. Before I go, I know I'm way out of time, but I think it was important to do this. This is our month. Does anyone want to tell me something that has been a phenomenal experience they've had about Success Within International since they came to hear about Success Within International? Anybody? Okay, I will share. Is first a personal one. Success International has been a blessing to me. It has given me a platform to be able to grow. Ogabi does not go easy on anyone. If you're with in Success International, you will put work into whatever you do, right? And it has also given me a platform to be a blessing to people around me. And I just want to say thank you, Ogabi, for the gift of Success International. Does anybody want to share? Let's hear from 2 people. Okay, Olamide, please go ahead.
Okay, hi everyone. Good morning.
Hi, someone. Good
Okay, so
morning.
my experience with Success with International was, something phenomenal was when Ogabi asked me if I wanted to work as a social media manager. First off, I'm not very keen on social media. I use it, yeah, but I just go there 10 minutes, I'm out, go back again 10 minutes, like things like that. But I took it off and I did what I could do, learned on the job and all of that. Now, years down the line in my career, I find that, last year I had to handle, not lead digital, but I had to handle it alongside the person I was doing it. Then this year, I'm literally leading digital for my brand. So it's like, okay, I'm still not a digital babe, but from my experience, from the little things I've learned, I've picked, I'm able to contribute and, I mean, get the job done. So yeah, that's something. You never really know when you need something, but SWI literally started that in me. And somehow I always find myself back there.
Wow, thank God. I'm glad to hear that. A quick one, I'm going to share this. I'm a games master today, and it's a pretty interesting journey for me. And I like to say Success International played a large role in that. Guess how? We used to have, and we need to actually bring that culture back. So within the Excos group, we used to have games, like we do game sessions a lot regularly, but I think every Friday at some point. So I used to coordinate games, the process of looking for games, what next to engage with, get researching, what else can work, adding my own flair to it, coordinating it in a way that is engaging. Even on here, breakfast meetings, having the privilege to coordinate game sessions, all these things actually built my games mastering career before I actually started it professionally. So I like to appreciate Success International for that. Any other person, please? That is not an ESCO, preferably. Just one more person, and then we go on to the next phase of the program. Anybody, please, talk to me. Something memorable that is, it's been 12 years. You must have engaged with us one way or the other. So anybody wants to share anything? I hungrily wish that I had throwback pictures on my laptop, but I don't. It's my work laptop. Okay, so no one wants to share. That is totally fine. You can always put it in the chat box and you can always tell us on the WhatsApp group. If you're not part of our community, kindly send me a message and then we can add you up to the community. Thank you so much for joining the breakfast meeting today. And that's it about Success Within International. Look forward to interacting with you more so you can get to know us better in action. Thank you so much. Over to you, Tolu.
Thank you so much, Thomas. Thank you so much. And once again, happy birthday, Ogabi. Happy birthday, Success Within International. So it's literally, Success Within International is like home. I think I joined SWI around this time last year. Yes, I think last year. And one thing for me would be the quality of people in SWI. Trust me, we have great people in SWI, people that literally like motivate you to become better and not to settle for less. So I think that the people in SW are literally like blessings. So once again, happy birthday to Success Within International. It's been 12 years and wow, that's a lot, basically. So we are moving on to our keynote session. And interestingly, Ogabi is the one taking us today. So it's like giving us birthday gift and anniversary gift and everything. And I'm super excited about today's session. It's going to be taking us on excellence in self-leadership, building strong foundation for success. So literally this month we've been talking about leadership, and beyond saying leading people, it's also important that we're also able to lead ourselves, because obviously you cannot give what you do not have. So Gagri will be telling us how to be excellent leaders, leading ourselves. And if you know Ogabi, you will know that he wears so many caps. It's not just someone that just talk, he also works the talk. If you go to his LinkedIn page, you will know his LinkedIn page is motivating enough. So he works the talk and he wears so many caps. He's a senior project manager, he's a coach, he's an author, he's a great leader, and he does so many things. And I think that is the best person to talk to us about leading ourselves and being excellent as leaders. So with clapping ovations in the chat box, can we please welcome our own global team lead, Mr. Adebayo Ajayi. Thank you. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you so much, Tolu, for that warm introduction. Thank you so much, everyone. It's always a privilege to speak to people or to lead people, because leadership is more of a privilege than a right. All right, so just give me a few minutes to... Okay, good. I think it was good that Isaac could not finish his game, because Thomas will have taken our award. So Isaac, you should not give Thomas the award because Thomas did not finish the game. So, all right, everyone. Good. Oh, sorry. Can you see my screen, just to confirm?
Yes, sir, we can.
All right, okay. So, hi, everyone. Good morning once again. Adebayo here. So I'll be taking excellence in self-leadership. And this is a topic really dear to my heart, because not because of the word leadership, but I believe that every single person has a part to play in this topic. And I'm going to explain as we go forward. And I want you to see that the topic is excellence in self-leadership and not excellence in leadership in general. So it's very specific and it's very intentional. And I'll be focusing on how to build a strong foundation for success, and not just organization success, not just business success. I'm talking about individual success as well. And you're going to see the ripple reaction in how, if you build this excellence in self-leadership, how it can translate to your own personal success and to your, how will I put it now, and to your organization success or your team success and all. So just join me on this journey as we'll explore the concept of self-leadership. I have a question for everyone. Can you mention a place? If you can unmute yourself, I will really appreciate it. If you can use the chat, awesome, let's go for it. Can you mention a place you would like to visit if you have all the money required in this world? Anyone? Just in the chat, unmute yourself, speak to me. Let's have a conversation.
Hi, Bayo.
Hi, Gift. Oh, happy to have you here. Thank you, Gift.
Thank
So
you.
where would you like to go to if you have all the money in this world?
Okay, so to be honest, if you said if I had enough money, I would
Yeah.
have gone to Spain. But you said if I have all the money in the world,
Yeah.
it would be the moon.
The moon. Okay. So, well, maybe my question was okay. So, like, what I'm trying to ask is that where is that destination that you like to give you have the money? That's what I mean. So it's Spain now, right?
It would be Spain. Yeah.
Okay. Spain. Okay, good. Gift says Spain. Who is going next? If you have the money required, where would you like to go to? Any other person?
Oh, hi, Ogabi.
Hi, Emmanuel.
I don't know why, but it sounds funny. But if I had all the money in the world, I
Yeah.
think I'll probably just go to my hometown.
Your hometown. Wow. Awesome. Awesome. Okay, who is going next? Unmute yourself, use the chat if you can unmute yourself. Let's have conversation. Everyone is, I'm really hearing two voices. What's happening?
Hi, everyone.
Hi,
Hi.
Isaac.
Well, where would I like to visit? It's called the Nürburgring in Germany.
Yeah, I was so sure you're going to pick Germany, where they produce cars.
Yeah, exactly.
I have no doubt.
And that's the most
Sometimes I know you well.
part. Yeah, but I wouldn't need all the money in the world, actually, just a bit
No,
of
like,
money.
because if you have the money required, where is there you go to?
Yeah,
So it's
yeah.
Germany. Okay,
Germany.
Rhoda said I would like to tour Africa. For some reason, I've been checking like some African countries, and I think I want to tour Africa a bit. Yeah, Rhoda says Africa. Thank you, Rhoda. Who else is going? Who else is going?
Hi,
Hello,
this is
Thomas.
Thomas. If I had all the money, I actually want to tour the world.
Tour the world. Yeah, that's beautiful. I like that. Tour the world. Any other person? If you have all the money in the world, you have the money required, where would you like to travel to? Just 3 more and we start. Osho does not like to travel because he has all the money already and he has still not traveled. So any other person? Any other person? If you have the money required, where would you like to travel to? Oh, I'm seeing 70 people on this call and just about 6 have said something. What's happening? Olufemi says Paris. Paris, good. One more person and we'll get started.
I'd like to go to Japan.
Fumito, Japan, amazing. I know. Asian babe. All right. So if I have the money required, I would like to visit Dubai, UAE. I was in Dubai in 2013 and I've not recovered from that experience. This is 11 years after, and I think I would always want to go back to Dubai. If I can go to Dubai every year, it's just a place to blow your mind and to shift the way you think. So yes, and let me tell you why I asked this question. I asked this question because in life, generally, a lot of us are thinking about, oh, I want to have this, I want to have this, I want to have this, so that I can enjoy the world. But in the real sense of it, a lot of you don't really know what you want to enjoy in the world. And I'm sure that probably a lot of you, before you gave me a response, there was a bit of, hesitation. Oh, where do I actually like to travel to? And the whole concept of this question is, if you have the money in the world, where would you like to travel to? Is actually a plug and play answer. So what am I trying to say? Live your life. A lot of times we pursue things that, oh, I want to get this. Okay, if you get this, what is that end? What exactly do you want? And one of the greatest books in the world, 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, he says begin with the end in mind. So a lot of you are thinking, oh, I want money because I want to travel. And you don't really know where you want to travel to. So that's the whole idea of this meeting opener, to let you know that, guys, you can enjoy your life while you are still hustling. All right, so let's get started. I'm sure you enjoyed this meeting opener. So 6 quick facts about me. I'm both passionate and strategic. So passionate in the sense that for everything I believe in, even when I'm arguing, you would see my energy. I'm extremely passionate, and I'm strategic. I can plan the budget of a whole nation. I'm an addicted planner, if I can use that word. So yeah, I'm strategic as well as tactical. I do both short-term and long-term intense planning. Another fact about me is that I'm building a global project management career as a consultant. So I don't just only want to work as a project manager as a 9 to 5. I want to own empires that we use project management as solutions, which I think I've started. And also I want to sit on a global scale of project management institute directors as well. Also, another part about me is that I love reading. Of recent, I've not been able to read so much that I would have loved to. maybe distractions or life has just been getting really busy. I love reading. I love reading. Like, I love reading. There's one of my favorite quotes by Francis Bacon: "Reading makes a man." I love reading so much. And I love playing football. I've started playing football like almost every week now. At least I play like 2 weeks. So getting back in shape. Thomas, yes, I scored 1 goal yesterday. I tried as promised. And I love playing PS5, even though my wife is telling me that I'm playing PS5 for too long in a day now. So yeah, those are things I love to do. I love to read. I love to play physical football, and I love to play PS5 as well. And I'm passionate about human capacity development. I can do what I'm doing right now without being paid a dime. I can teach anything that can make people get better, do better, excel in their life for free every single time of my life. I'm really passionate about that as well. I have a couple of businesses and I have an active career. I think I have about 2 companies that I started by myself. I have a company that I co-owned. That's the 3rd one. And I work as a partner for one of the leading education training in Canada as well. So yeah, a couple of businesses. And I also work as a senior project manager, 9 to 5. And I also work as a consultant for a company in North America as well. So our businesses, I mean, you can call me an entrepreneur and a career guy as well. And yes, I live in Ontario, Canada with my family. 1 wife. I don't intend to switch it or add more to it. And 2 adorable children, Nathan and Olivia. All right. So these are the 6 quick facts about me. And let's just get started. Introduction. The concept of leadership is an act of influence and multiplication of good efforts. Now, until you know that leadership is an act of influence, you will not get leadership the right way. Leadership has nothing to do with, bossing people or carrying bags like we see in Africa, or protocols like running around people. That's not leadership. Leadership is an act of influence and multiplication of good effort. So leadership is basically like they are putting somebody there to help get results. I'm going to give you 2 major examples. Number 1, in the greatest book in the world ever, the Bible, we saw Jesus. Every single time he followed the disciples, he was showing the disciples what was possible. He was not showing them that, oh, I'm in charge. No, he was showing them what was possible. How do I know? There was a time that the disciples asked him, oh, what exactly is the greatest ingredient of a leader? And Jesus Christ said, if you can be like those little children, humility. So he was talking about, it is not the affluence, it is not the position, it's not the title that makes all the difference. The ability to be humble and to help people multiply good effort. That's the concept of leadership. And I'm going to explain this a lot as we proceed as well. Okay. Now, this is why every organization, every football club, every professional organizations have leaders, have C-suite executives, have coaches. So they have that because they believe that there should be somebody or some people that can help multiply the results and help, help refine the system, refine people to get good results. I used to think about something. The richest footballer in the world that we have ever thought about, I don't know who the richest footballer is now. I know that, but the top 8 athlete that I used to know, at least I know like 4. 1, Neymar used to be among the richest footballer. Number 2, I know Cristiano Ronaldo used to be among, and Mbappe as well. And guess what? These guys are guys that they are individually talented. They can do anything they want to do, but they still need to have a coach. So why exactly will somebody that is extraordinarily talented need to have a coach? They need to have a coach because 1, the coach will help them refine their skill. Oh, this is necessary. Oh, this is no longer necessary. And help them work together in a team by implementing what they call a team formation to be able to derive good results. So what am I trying to tell you? I'm trying to tell you that as amazing as people are, as good as people will be, they will still need leaders. And guess what? Leadership can be operational, can be tactical, and can be strategic. What do I mean by operational? Leadership can be, as basic as in your home, for example. My wife and I were talking about something yesterday about leadership in the home, for example. It can be as basic as that. It can be leading your siblings. It can be in your small team. It can be, in whatever you are. It might be leading an association. It might be leading your own department. It might be leading two people, actually. So leadership can be as tiny as operational, can be as medium as tactical, and can be as intense as strategic. So in order to multiply good results, leadership is essential. I know I'm still trying to make some building block, but please just follow me as much as possible. Now, there's something they call leadership cadence. What exactly do we call leadership cadence? Now, in leadership, there are two major concepts. There's a self-leadership and there's a people leadership. If you are meant to be a successful people leader, you have to be an excellent self-leader. And this is the main reason why the world today, both in the political space, both in the family space, both in the career space, both in the football space, people are struggling because they've not equipped themselves with what it takes to become a good person in a leadership position. And that is why the most crucial aspect of leadership is self-leadership. And I don't know how best I can explain this. I think somebody on this call was having a conversation with me, and he was talking about, how he made a decision for a team. I did not like the fact that he made that decision, and he had to call his team members to apologize to them. If that is not self-leadership, I don't know what else you can call it. So you need to be whole as a person first before you can lead people the right way. And my focus today is on self-leadership. And we are going to explore how you can become someone in a leadership position and you can get results yourself. And so that when you naturally lead people, you multiply good results, And I want to say this. There's a concept of competence, and the first concept of competence is unconscious incompetence. These are the guys that don't know that they know what they know. And the second part is conscious incompetence. These are guys that they know that, oh, I don't know anything. I even know I don't know anything. And the third stage, which I believe that's the minimum stage an individual should be, which is consciously competent. Consciously competent is that you know that you know. And the fourth stage is where I believe that all leaders, anyone that wants to get into team leadership or people leadership should belong to. And that stage is called unconscious competence. Like you just exude good results. Like you just do things naturally. I submitted my final MBA thesis yesterday, and I was reading to my IG comments, and people were writing I posted it on Instagram, and people were writing that, oh, I don't know how you multitask, I don't know how you do a lot of things at the same time, and yeah, of course, my wife tells me that a lot, so I know that feedback, I get that feedback, but I'm telling you with every form of sincerity, I don't think I do a lot. Like I don't think oh, I have to juggle things. Like it comes naturally, and I'm honest. It comes because I've built that aspect of my life so that even if I'm leading the team will not feel like, oh, how is Bio getting us and everybody doing everything together? It needs to be done, and it needs to be done easily. Okay, so let's explore the end-to-end of self-leadership. Now, like I have said on this call, effective leadership starts with individuals' ability to lead themselves. And this is where a lot of people miss it. And as a person, I always see leadership as a privilege. Like I see leadership as a core privilege. And this is why I see it as a privilege. I see that, oh yeah, I'm trying my best to be the better version of myself every time. I'm trying myself to be like a good person. I'm trying myself to get good results. Oh yeah, that is what I have control over. I don't have control over those that choose to follow me. And that is why I see leadership as a privilege. So it's so sad that people that are in good leadership position and they have followers see themselves like they have arrived. And they've forgotten that what is giving them superpower is those that choose to follow them. And it's so sad again that the guys that people are following and they are shouting and running their tasketa about, they are not even leading people the right way. The concept of leadership is so important and it must start with self-leadership. I know I'm emphasizing on this self-leadership a lot because that's what I'm going to focus on today. And I'm going to explain to you why how you can actually lead yourself the right way. The practice of understanding who you are, understanding your desired experience, and intentionally guiding yourself towards them is what I call self-leadership. Now, if you don't know who you are, now I'm not talking about, oh, I'm the righteous and loved in Christ Jesus. Yes, I understand. We are spirit beings and we are all the righteousness of God in Christ Jesus, as long as we acknowledge that Jesus Christ is the Son of God. I'm talking about in your everyday work. Do you really know who you are? Do you know your personality types? There are people on this call that they don't even know that, oh, I'm melancholy. Like, as you've not discovered yourself. How do you want to now help people discover themselves? So, like, understanding who you are. Have you done a SWOT analysis of yourself? Do you know your strengths? Do you know your weaknesses? Like, do you know that? Do you know, like, how to identify opportunities? Do you know things that, get you really furious? Self-leadership. Now, identify your desired experience. Do you know things that, you will love doing? Like I said on this call, human capacity development is something that, I can do every single time without being paid. Intentionally guiding yourself towards them. Now, the first stage is to understand who you are. The second stage is to identify your experiences. Now, the biggest stage is that, are you intentionally guiding yourself towards them? Are you intentionally guiding yourself towards them? Like, if you've identified yourself, okay, what are you now doing to get to yourself? Now, this is self-leadership. It's as simple as that. Self-leadership is understanding yourself, your desired experiences, and intentionally guiding yourself towards them. And, let's forget about the concept of evil leadership now. You need to be somebody that, you know yourself, you're on the path to self-discovery, and you are intentionally going on that journey. And I'm going to tell you basic things that you will think that it's so basic that a lot of people don't even do. And this is why when you lead people, you will not get the best out of your team. It's as basic as that. Number two, until you build the required competencies, you will not be able to lead effectively because you are still struggling as an individual. How well do you want to help people? How do you want to help people? I teach in a college in Canada, and everywhere they have to drive almost about 79 kilometers to and fro in the evening after my 9 to 5 to go and teach. And of course, a long journey. And I remember that someone was telling me that, oh, I think you need to stop this thing. And I'm like, I actually prefer to stop my 9 to 5 than to stop this teaching, because I love to teach. I love to impact knowledge. It's of course, it might not pay me what my 9 to 5 is doing, but I love it. And can you say some things about yourself that, oh, I really love this? Like, oh, I really like this. Oh, I'm really passionate about this. That's actually how self-leadership begins, because it's starting with understanding who you are. What do you enjoy doing? And what are the steps you are building towards that? All right. Now let's consider 6 major aspects of self-leadership. And this is what I'm going to teach you today. To be very honest, I'm going to teach you 6 things that if you practice, you will be so whole as an individual. And every single time you have an opportunity to lead people, they'll be blessed that you are their leader. So important. Okay, the first one is self-awareness. Now, I said that a bit already. Understanding your strengths, your weaknesses, what are your values, and your motivation is crucial for effective leadership. Now, I don't have to talk about this, but this is really critical. My mentor once said something to me when I was in uni. He said, Bayo, not all arts are meant for your head. And that's why, there's another quote that says that the greatest mystery that can befall a man is to do effectively well what you should not have done at all. So, as a leader, your ability to know your strength and you play towards your strength is a plus to you by far. Now, if they tell me now to come and lead a basketball team, of course, I love to lead, but leading a basketball team, if I take it, I'm already on the path to fail, because I don't enjoy basketball. I don't even care about it. I don't even know anything about it. So, like, you need to understand your strengths. Like, what exactly are your weaknesses? And, we are in that time now that you play to your strength, you work on your weaknesses. So just focus on your strength. What are your values? What are your motivation? Like if you don't have, if you as a person, if you don't have a like personal value, there's no way you want to lead a team that you have a guiding principles. It's so crucial that when I wanted to get married, I remember when my wife and I went on our honeymoon, we wrote our family values. Like we wrote our family values, love, respect, excellence. We wrote it. And I can tell you for sure that, it's not about, because I'm getting married, let's say I want a personal value. We had personal values individually before we got married. So we took it straight to our family. Say, oh yeah, if as individuals we have personal values, then in marriage we need to have values, love, respect, excellence. Whatever we do must have those things. It's as basic as that. And individual values are not there because you want to have it. They're because you want them to shape you. So if you don't have values that are shaping you as a person, then it means that the foundation you are building for your success is actually shaky, because foundations are held by values. Motivation. What are your mission statements? I've said it on SWI call severally that the reason organizations succeed year on year is because organizations have what? They have a mission statement. They have things that they need to do every single day that will take them to their vision. So if organizations that you work for have mission statements, then and you don't have mission statements, how exactly do you want to get to your desired output? So organizations have visions. Organizations have mission statements. Do you have mission statements? Personal mission statement. This is self-awareness. Do you have things that these are must do for me, these are not to do for me? Now, I'm not even teaching you about leading people for now. I'm teaching you about you yourself, how to be whole. Because like I said to you, leadership begins with self-leadership and is a building foundation for your own individual success. Okay. Self-awareness allows leaders to capitalize on their strengths and work on areas needing improvement. So, when you leave a meeting like this, it's not what you hear that change your life, it's what you do that change your life. And I realize that sometimes when we go for 2 hours meeting, it's just one we get in 5 minutes that can change the course of our life, like 5 minutes. So, I hope while you're on this call, you are writing your to-do list. This is what I need to do after this meeting. Do a proper self-analysis of yourself. There are a lot of tools out there that can use to do it, like to get you to your strength. A lot of people don't even know their temperament. I mean, I know I'm a sound choleric. Like I love having people around. I love playing games, and I'm a key choleric. Like my drive for result is 99.999%, and I'm so disciplined that when I see things short, I don't smile. So I know that, oh, I'm a choleric. Yeah, my sanguine is helping me to lighten the mood. Self-awareness. Now, the second part is self-management. Now, a lot of people don't have, I want to make this as simple as possible. A lot of people don't have a goal-setting template. A lot of people will start a year. I've thought about goal for more than a decade. A lot of people will start a year, like they will start a whole year without goals, what they want to achieve. Now, how do you think that year you're going to maximize the year? It's not possible, actually, because the only thing that can happen to you by luck, the only thing that can happen to you by luck is 50% success, 50% failure. That's the only thing that can happen to you by luck. 50% success, 50% chance of success, 50% chance of failure. Because if you don't know where you are going, anywhere will look like it. Now, and again, how then will you know that this year was a good year if you don't have goals that you want to achieve at the end of the year? Last year, December, my wife and I, we did our goal setting. And the one that was hilarious was the financial goal setting. We said, oh, this is what I want to have at the end of this year, this is what I want to have at the end of this year. And, we challenge each other, we are both struggling, trying to meet our goals generally. And if you don't set personal goals, how will you now lead an organization and have goals? Not possible. For example, I would give personal example, because even principles work, but principles with examples work better. So I'll share some example. I became the vice president of my alma mater, Commonwealth University, vice president careers, and I had the goal. I have it on my iPad, what I want to achieve after the 2 years. So sometimes when I initiate programs, I initiate partnerships and everything, people are like, oh, guy, you are doing so well. Or like, oh, guy, you're doing this thing, man. And guess what? Me, as a person, I know that, oh, yes, I'm ticking the box, but I am not satisfied until I achieve my goals that I've written down in 2 years. So as far as I'm concerned, of course, I appreciate the feedback, I appreciate the compliments, but I'm strongly paying deaf to the accolades. And I'm with every form of sincerity, I'm strongly paying deaf to those accolades, because it means nothing. What I'm only doing is that I'm fulfilling my personal goal in that office. Do you have individual goals? Like, we can keep shouting about goals from morning till night, but until you have individual goals, like in this year, just take the life rate, for example. What is your goal financially? What is your goal in terms of your family? What is your goal in your career? What is your goal in terms of your health? Until you plan those things for yourself by yourself, you will not reach your next level as an individual. And a lot of times, it's not enough to set those goals. I know a lot of people that have set goals and fell by the wayside. After the first quarter, they didn't even bother reviewing those goals again because they're tired of the goals. Intentionality. And I also said something that goal setting is a structure, which is critical, but it can even become a system so that you don't even plan your goal, you don't write your goals down again, but you are so conscious of every single thing you want to achieve in the year. But of course, that's the higher level of goal setting, which is a system. It becomes automated in your mind that, oh, these are things I really need to do. As basic as that. So if you as an individual don't have things that you're really working towards, and you're just, oh yeah, this is okay, then there's a problem. Last year, January, I said to myself that, I wanted to have an MBA at the age of 35 because I wanted to get to a director level, which I think sometime, but that was my goal. And last year was the most difficult year ever I could have started my MBA. Like, it was impossibility was loud. Like, you can't do, but I said, no, I have to start it this year. 18 months down the line, test is completed. Goal setting. So self-management, do you even set alarm? Like, do you, as basic as, I need to do this thing at this point, do you hold yourself accountable to what exactly you want to do? Do you hold yourself accountable to it? Do you hold yourself to say, this is the thing I want to do at this point, and this is how I'm going to do it? Do you do that? How well do you use, like, your prioritization matrix? Do you only do urgent activities? And I always say that if every single time you do what is urgent, you are a bad time manager. Because in the is it a shower time prioritization matrix? It is urgent, it is important first before you get into your urgent matrix. Do you have strategy for managing your personal productivity? Like I said, it's what you take out of a meeting that shapes you. So I hope you are taking note of your to-dos. Self-management, very critical. Managing your everyday activity is very important for success. Number 3 is self-direction. Leaders who practice self-direction take initiative and responsibility for their own growth and development. Are you growing? Abraham Lincoln once said that, I do not know, he said that whether you are 20 or you are 80, if you are not growing, you are dying. That's what he said. He said, either you are 20 or you are 80. If you are not growing, you are dying. Self-direction. Do you know exactly your plan for your life? Like, oh, in the next 2 years, this is where everyone wants to be. And it's fine that those things can change, because the only constant thing in the world is change. So if they change, it's fine. But at least as of today, you really know what you want to do. Now, if you don't know what you want to do, how will you help people to move into the next level? How will people move into the next level? I always tell myself something, that every single time I'm leading somebody or a team, if their life don't move forward, it's a problem. Because even me as an individual, I'm always conscious of what next. I remember when in 2013 July precisely, when I was graduating in Covenant University, July 27th, I think that was the graduation date. And in the morning of my graduation, let me put some context. By God's special grace and and with the right required discipline, I graduated with a first class and as the best graduate student in my department. And that morning of graduation, I wrote a note to myself. I said, Adebayo, what is going to happen to you in the next few hours is a result of what you have done in the last 5 years. Now, graduating with a first class best student in chemical engineering is a product of the hard work you have put between 2008 to 2013. And I said to myself that, what happened from here henceforth, it is what will determine the course of my life. I wrote that note to myself to let myself know that. So while I was in Covenant University Chapel, eating cake, eating rice, my parents, everyone is happy, giving me awards, collecting money, blah, blah, blah. In my mind, my heart was burning. My heart was burning, what next? And by God's special grace, I can tell you that my least level of achievement was my first class degree in 2013. I've done dangerous things beyond having a first class in 2013. My heart was burning. People were excited, oh, bye, but my heart was on fire. What next? What next? What next? Self-direction. 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 I've submitted my final thesis. I've not even done my graduation for my MBA. I already know that I'm taking a PhD in leadership by next year. Self-direction. I'm not telling you to go and do PhD or MBA if you don't need it, but I'm telling you that ask yourself what next every single time. What next? If you're in a career, you're getting good salary, everyone is paying you well, you're happy, you're in the Fortune 100 jobs and everything. Are you asking yourself, what next? What next? What next? Self-direction. Now, if you don't take initiative for your own growth and development, let me tell you the truth, you will not get the best of yourself. Not to talk about the best of who you are going to lead. Very important. Now, then set clear goals, take creative actions, and consistently work towards your emphasis on consistency. I realize that everybody wants to. In short, some people even do, but only tiny fractions of people are consistent. Because what happens with consistency is that they see one hiccup and they glide away. Life is full of challenges. 2 weeks ago, I was reading a scripture. Okay, I think it was a prayer meeting, and precisely the guy that said it was Victor Agape. I was on a Wednesday prayer meeting, and he said something. And when you hear the word of God and it jumped to your spirit, that was how I took that word. He was teaching us something. It was a short fellowship, and he said something in that meeting. It was 2 weeks ago. He said that if the Bible says that if your strength fails in the days of adversity, your strength is little. And he said in that fellowship that if your strength fails in the day of adversity, your strength is little. The Bible did not say that if you fail in the days of adversity, it means that the adversity is too much. So why you fail is not because the adversity is huge or small. It is a direct proportional to your strength. So build capacity before you need it. So he said, the Bible says, if your strength fails in the days of adversity, is your strength that is little. Consistency strengthens you. Consistency makes you a champion. Consistency energizes you. Consistency makes you a champion. That's what it does. One of the things that is making wave now is the social media content creators. And guess what? I was looking at, the Italian used to do like a monthly trending statistics. And there was one guy, his name is Fagade, the guy that used to act as Mama Diola on Instagram. That used to talk like a woman, Mama Diola. And the guy is he has the highest followers or likes for the last month. And I knew when that guy started that social media stuff, people didn't find him funny. He was just boring. He was just doing his own thing. But now the guy is trending. Now he's so good that he's doing skits with the top skits guys, with all these what was all this guy that used to Bavena Shaggy and Lai Wasabi, and he's doing things with all those guys already. Consistency always makes a champion. I can tell you for sure. See, pick one thing that you love doing. Build consistency. Will even tell you that I need to improve on this area. Consistency, very important. Do you have goals and personal milestones? That's another action for you. Number 4 is be authentic. what exactly do you want to do? You know, true leaders are actually genuine. They are transparent and they are true to their values and beliefs. Be authentic, you know, be authentic. Let me tell you something. In my last birthday, I told my wife that on my birthdays are personal reflective milestones for me. Now, between 2013 to like 2018, when people talk about maybe birthdays, and oh, this guy is excellent, is diligent. Around 2018 to maybe like 2020, they talk about, oh, Bayo is consistent. Since coming out of university, SWI, he has been consistent and everything. Now, in the last 2 years of my life, I focused on two things. I focused on leadership and excellence. Now, on my birthday, I always use that as a personal milestone to check. And I saw that, you know, a lot of people say, oh, leadership, excellent, leadership. And, you know, I'm so conscious, and don't forget, conscious competence. I'm so conscious that I said to my wife that, you know, oh, I like the fact that, you know, what I'm trying to push this last 2 years, people are seeing it. Be authentic. That's what it means. What exactly do you want people to know you for? Stay true to it. If you want people to know you as a digital marketer, be authentic. Like, build your competence in that field. Even if people are in automobile and they're making billions, and what you want is digital marketing, be authentic. Stay there. Build a niche on it. Develop yourself and be true to yourself. Be authentic. Now, until you are authentic, people will not see you as the person that they can relate with, because they will think you are fake. They will know you are fake. They will know you are fake. Be authentic. Be transparent. Be true to your values and beliefs. What's this man's name now? Apostle Joshua Selman. In 2014, when I was in the United Kingdom doing my master's, I used to listen to Apostle Joshua Selman's MP3 message. He used to upload it on SoundCloud then. He used to do the meeting in a small room in Zaria. I used to listen to that MP3, Apostle Joshua Selman in Zaria. What I like about the fellowship, the first 30 minutes of the fellowship, it will worship, intense, thick worship, that if you have a knife, you can cut the atmosphere. It's always so thick and intense, and he will now teach for like 1.5 hours. Bible teaching. Now, 2 hours fellowship intense every Friday. I don't miss it when I was in the UK. Now, what has happened? The same formality, Apostle Joshua Selman, and I'm using people in different aspects of life. Now, he has been consistent and authentic about his worship and his teaching ministry. And now he has built an empire that Harvard invited him to come and talk about the role of Christianity in modern day development. If that is not mind-blowing, I don't know what else that is. Authenticity. Authenticity. What do you want to be known for? Are you building competence in that area? Are you developing yourself? That's what makes a champion. I'm almost done. Do you have specific value you want to live by daily? Emotional intelligence. Now, a lot of times we think emotional intelligence is just understanding people. No. Emotional intelligence is understanding your own emotions first and other people's emotions. Do you know your risk triggers? Do you avoid them? Do you know what you don't like in a team? If you know what you don't like in a team, then do you stop it? Do you start with yourself? Oh, I don't like this particular act. How well do you control it? See, I realized that emotional intelligence can take you from having 10,000 followers to 1,000 followers, because people are so soft now that you have to manage people with care. Now, and this is so powerful. I don't know how best I can explain this, but emotional intelligence is so crucial now that if you have high quotient, which is the IQ, intelligence quotient, and you have low EI, emotional intelligence, you realize that your communication will not be sound. You not make good decisions, because decision is one of the greatest core attributes of a sound leader. And if you are if you are emotionally intelligent, when you're in a meeting room and you are like, you know what, oh, let's go with this, you can read the room and people don't like this idea, you can easily change it. But if your emotional intelligence is archaic, or if you're not really conscious about, you know, people's body language, what people say and everything, then you will not be a solid leader. And you're not going to be, and you know, another thing again that can take people from here to the next level is relationship. I got a I think it was last year, I got a contract to actually upskill some team members in the UK. And I got that contract basically from somebody that I met when I used to teach in Utiva in Nigeria. I'm trying to keep that person's on the call. Okay, I'm seeing a note taker on the call, but she's on the call, she's not physically present. And when I got to that company, Utiva, then my usual style, I was interested in the people. So I used to like, oh, how are you doing? Are you good? What are your plans? Like, ask questions. And I was so good to the staffs there. I don't see myself as if I'm better than anybody there. And you know, we chat. Like when I teach, we chat. Like, and I realized that, you know, the team members I don't forget, I was a consultant to the company, but the team members just like me. And one person in Tiba went to UK, joined one of the biggest training company in the UK, and said, oh, we need a Scrum consultant. And they should somehow just say, oh, I know somebody solid, mentioned me. I started earning in pounds, emotional intelligence. That was it. Like nothing. Just the interview was like the cheapest interview ever. So it's so interesting that emotional intelligence has to do with how you make decisions, how you communicate, and how you handle interpersonal relationship. And it doesn't even start from when you become a leader. Your people around you, your friends, your family. How exactly do you communicate with them? Your ability to do that effectively will actually help you to build competency when you are leading people. Emotional intelligence. Do you shout at people? Do you just get upset? Me, I'm a choleric. So when I see disorderliness, oh my God. I always say that the people that have gotten the greatest hits from me are those that are closer to my closest pal. My closest pals. Like if I've not given you strong hot cake feedback, it means that you're probably not close to me like you think. But guess what? The same hand that I used to give solid feedbacks is the same hand that when you interact with me, you would think we are friends. And that's why I never call my mentees like, oh, you're my you hear me use more of friends or brothers or sisters. Those are my chosen words. Oh, sister, brother. You know, somebody said to me that every time I'm celebrating somebody on their birthday, I'm only saying happy birthday, brother, happy birthday, sister. I'm like, yes, you are brothers, you are sister, because I think family is not those related by blood, but families are those that choose to stay. So it's so critical. Emotional intelligence. I'm emphasizing on this because if you don't relate people well individually, when you become a leader, nothing is really going to change. And the last one I want to talk about is continuous improvement. Now, self-leadership is a journey of continuous improvement. I've told you about my story in 2013 when I was getting the first class and I knew that I needed to break forth to my next level. As an individual, until you learn from failures, until you seek feedbacks, and until you adapt to change, you are not going to get the best of yourself. There's always something more to do. There's always something more to do. There's no best leader. In all those awards, best leadership awards, now scam. There's it's a system of continuous improvement. You know, I always tell myself that I can't believe that Instagram has got it to this point that is the greatest marketing social media platform in the world right now. Social media. People sell the most on Instagram than even on LinkedIn. It's so powerful. That's why social media content creators are millionaires right now. Dangerous millionaires. You know, there was the richest man in the world, the Ambani, the richest Indian in the world. The richest Indian is the 11th richest man in the world, the Ambani family. They did a wedding they concluded the wedding last weekend. The wedding was for 7 whole months. 7 whole months. That was what the wedding was for. 7 whole months wedding. And they did the grand finale last weekend. They spent $600 million for that wedding. Now that's not where I'm going to. Where I'm going to is that they invited Rema to perform in that wedding. They gave Rema $3 million. You know Rema, right? That 25 years old boy signed by Don Jazzy. They gave him $3 million to perform at that wedding. Now, it's not really making sense, right? Let me tell you what they gave him. In Naira, they gave him 5 billion Naira to perform at that wedding. 5 billion Naira to perform at that wedding. Now, guess what happened? When Rema started his music career, people were insulting him that he sounds like an Indian. And he sang this song, Baby, Calm Down, Calm Down. And the Indians loved that song. And they brought him to Mumbai to come and perform Baby, Calm Down. And they gave him 5 billion Naira. Trust me, there's a level of self-growth, self-improvement in that. I always tell myself, if people in other aspects that don't really understand the crux of the message that we're talking about, which is, no, they just do it unconsciously. We that we understand it better, the future is bright. The future that is bright, it might not really be in terms of monetary value. It might not just be monetary value. It might be solid relationship. It might be, we just have an ambience of peace around us. It's enough for us, actually. Continuous improvement is so critical. So if you want to excel in self-leadership, which is a building foundation for great success, you have to continuously improve yourself. You have to seek for feedbacks. You have to learn from failures. You have to adapt to change, because the future is brighter than what you have experienced. And don't forget, when we talk about the future is not a time zone. The future is everything we can do and have not done. The future is everything we can become and everything that we can be and have not become. The future is everywhere we can go and have not gone. Thank you so much for listening to me. Do you have any question for me? Any question?
Thank you so much, Agabi. Thank you so much. That was such an insightful session. If you have any question, you can unmute or drop it in the chat box. If you have any question, kindly unmute or drop it in the chat box. Anybody? I think
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. We can hear you, Thomas. Please proceed.
So my question is, what's it called? How can it? What would you advise a person who needs to get back on that journey of self management, self direction? How can they find their way back if they feel they've like gone off for a long time? I just have that question in mind.
Okay.
And it's like there's that feeling of, where do you start from? Is it too late? I mean, you've heard over, like, you've not put into practice. Where do you start from? Is it too late? Yeah, like, where do you start from kind of question. Everything seems overwhelming.
It's never too late. I want to start from whether it's late. It's never too late. You know, there are people in the Bible that at 97, that's when they were giving birth. And, you know, people entered promised land at the old age and, you know, they did great things. So spiritually, it's never too late. Physically as well. There are people that became judge at the age of 70 and, you know, their best of life was lived at, you know, the last, in that they're their 70s or their 60s. Not talk of we on the calls. Most of us are millennials and Gen Zs. So obviously, it is not late at all. Stevie Covey once said that the moment you discover that you want more in life, you're already on the journey to become more. So the fact that, you know, someone is saying that, oh, how can I get back on that journey? Oh, yeah, that's fantastic. You're on that journey. So go back to the drawing board. Ask yourself, you know, just pick each of these points. I'm going to share the notes after this meeting. Just pick each of the points, you know, self-management, how can I manage myself better? Self-direction, do I really know what I want next? And no. Emotional intelligence, how can I relate to people better? And also continuous improvement, do I really accept, you know, what is not as okay for me? And also, yeah, just go back and take each of the points and just give yourself like a practical to-do list. I think that should work.
Thank you, Gabi.
You're welcome. Any other question for me?
Thank you, sir. Any other question? Okay, Olufemi says, how do you overcome procrastination? You know what to do, but you find yourself not doing it, and then you keep looking back and can't understand why. Also, best can one stay focused?
Okay. So I wrote something on my Instagram. I think it was on Wednesday or so, on how to stop procrastination. By the way to stop procrastination is do it now. Just do it immediately. That thing, just do it immediately. But yeah, it's a lot bigger than that. You know, there was a time that I was in school. I saw a very big book, How to Stop Procrastination, 500 and something pages. I'm like, I'll procrastinate this book now. So what's the point? I was just joking. So how do you stop procrastination? 3 things basically. Number 1, whenever you want to do something, break it down into smaller tasks. Number 2, there's a 2-minute rule. Whatever is going to take less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Whatever is going to take less than 2 minutes, do it immediately. Number 3, set clear and achievable goals. Another reason why a lot of people don't do things immediately is that their goals are overwhelming and their actions are unfathomable. So make things as basic as possible. I'll give you a good example. I needed to make this presentation. I know that this week was going to be a very busy week for me, extremely busy week for me. And I'm like, you know what? Monday to Friday is intense for me. And I want to give my best to this presentation. I made this presentation last week, Sunday, when I had some time to myself. I made it last week, Sunday, and I just did it. I just did it because I knew that, you know, the week was going to be busy. So sometimes we don't even like try to thinking through our schedule to talk about, oh, how would my schedule look like? How is it really going to be like? Do I have the time and energy it's going to require for me to be able to deliver this thing I want to deliver? And, you know, that's critical. And the last point is that reward yourself after completing a task. How do I reward myself? Whenever I do something nice and like intense, I go to my PS5 and I play game. And I'm very vulnerable about that. I play game. And I tell myself, oh, by the way, you're not going to touch this PS5 until you finish this task. As big as that. Sometimes I go out and we practice this in my family a lot. We enjoy ourselves. We can go to an eatery to buy something. We can order something online. We can order, babe, you know what? We've done well this week. Don't let us cook at home. Let's order Chinese rice. It's like we do things like that. So reward yourself. Break down goals into smaller chunks. Set clear and achievable goals. If it's less than 2 minutes, do it immediately and reward yourself after completing a task. Yeah. I hope I was able to answer.
Hi, Gabi.
Hi, Ajali.
Yeah. So please, my question is, how does someone go about refining the spark for something that they were doing, most especially when, I don't know whether to call it a mistake, or most especially when one of the reasons why you were doing that thing was tied to someone, and maybe possibly that person is no longer alive or something. How do you go about refining that spark, and how do you go about staying consistent enough to make sure that you're able to accomplish it?
Yeah. So very good question, Ajali. You need to find a reason to do anything sustainable. And that's the honest truth. You know, my wife used to tell me that the reason why she wants to be successful in her career is that she wants to be an ambassador for God. To say that, you know what, oh, a Christian can succeed in their career. Me as a person, the reason why I have to succeed anything I do is because my God assignment is to raise successful people. And I always tell myself that I'm a practical evidence of that success. So for example, this is what I mean. I mean that, you know, for me to raise people of outstanding success, I must be what I'm telling them that they can be. So that's enough motivation for me to have sleepless nights. That's enough motivation for me to know what, go anywhere and teach people anything that can make them better and better in what they are doing. So if someone, it was a reason why you were doing certain things and that person is no more, then you will not do that thing again. So ask yourself, does this really worth it? If yes, what are the reasons I can give myself for me to be able to do this thing again? That's what I think. Yeah. Someone sent me a private message. You're welcome, Ajali. Let me just take that. Someone said, how do you continue to plan and lead yourself when external factors seem to be pressing and you're just stalled and not making growth plans for yourself? So I'm going to answer this question with all sincerity. So like I said at the beginning, that I love to read, but I'm not reading like this year. I think I've just read like 3 books, and I'm not reading like the way I really want to read this year. And of course, external factors, a new baby, work, businesses, a lot of stuff and all. And you know what I do is that I time box, and I'll tell you this before we talk. Oh, I've got your name. That's because of so like time box. Like I tell myself this time to this time I want to do this thing. So I put myself on an intense growth plan at a specific time. So I don't only say, oh, I want to do this for 60 minutes. No, I want to do it for 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. This is what I want to do. And that's what I do. I time box. And it always worked for me massively. So yes, time box. And that's the solution to it.
Thank you, Okapi.
You're welcome. Any other question for me?
Does anybody have any other question before we round off? Any other question?
Hi, good morning, everyone. Okay, so my question is, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so my question is on role productivity. So say, for example, you know what to do. You sort of know how to do it, but for some reason, like, should I say in terms of speed now, you just find that you're not as productive as you want to be. But I mean, you know what to do, you're doing it, but it's just not as productive as it can be.
So I like that we're all asking the right question. So I think the fact that we know that, oh, we're not where we want to be means that we want something better. And I think all of us, we are actually at that level, one way or the other, depending on how we choose to look at it. If you're not as productive as you need to be, ask yourself, what can I do to get myself towards the next level? You know, and it's one thing to do a gap analysis, which is comparing your current state to your future state. It's another thing to take practical action to get to that future state. So those are the two things you need to do. One, carry out that gap analysis. What is next for me to do? And the second part is not, now, what are the practical steps I need to take to get to that future state? So yeah, that's it.
Okay, thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Agabi. Does anybody have another question before we round off? Anybody? All right. Thank you so much, Agabi, for honoring our invitation and pouring so much into us this morning. My notes is actually filled with so many action points, and I hope that we all wrote down 1 or 2 things that we really want to act on after this session. And also we are still streaming live on YouTube, so you can always go back to YouTube to actually watch the replay and just soak everything in, basically. Thank you so much for joining this month's edition of Breakfast Meeting. We really appreciate your presence, and we hope to see you next month. If you are just joining us for the first time and probably you are not part of our community, we still welcome to you. We are a faith-based organization committed to raising people of outstanding success for global relevance, and we hope that you will join us and be a part of our community. Honestly, it's a great place to be, and yes, we hope that we will impact you so much, just like we've impacted so many people here. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining. We hope to see you next month. Bye. Can you please unmute to say bye to another?
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.